Our next guest, we've had a lot of guests from Chicago, thanks to our good friend Dwayne Scott Cerny to hook us up with these people. And our next one, Dantès Alexander, let's hear a little bit of his music.
Drive riding down 79. It's Friday night, all the girls are looking right. Let's go drive down to King Drive. Do you think you can run me through my town? I'll show you my city. It's where I'm from. Some call it New Jack City. Oh my drive exiting on 69. They're shooting and all the kids in the night. Mama's crying and I don't see no end inside. Killing kids at night.
I was dancing. Dantès Alexander, come on in. I was dancing in my basement here, just moving to the grooving.
I had to move my head too. I like it.
All right, Dantés. So your title is Prince Regent of EDM. Okay, am I getting that correct?
Yes, ma'am, you are. That's correct.
Okay, so number one, a Prince Regent, is that an elected title? Is that an honorary title? What is a Prince Regent?
I had to ask what that was when I was given the title to Miss Amber. I didn't know what that was. I had to go look it up. Can I be honest? The title actually came from the LA Times Now and the New York Weekly Times last year. Was really, really excited, obviously, to be picked up on both of those websites, really big websites. I was really, really shocked to discover that it meant essentially what I was told is that it means a monarch in a smaller capacity. I'm filling some type of void. I'm not sure what that void is. I'm just being myself. But yeah, pretty cool.
Very good. And EDM, I know it's electronic dance music. All right. But can you tell me what's the evolution of music that got us to EDM? You're talking to someone who grew up with the Beatles, rock and roll, and loves disco. So can you tell me where EDM comes in after that?
Well, EDM really is, to be completely honest, it is sort of like this hodgepodge of queer culture. Can I just be honest?
Yeah.
House music is a cousin to disco, right? You just heard New Jack City. That is essentially a disco record. So EDM is more of a commercialized term of queer music. So house music, all of the music that we listen to when we go to the balls, that is EDM. So much, in fact, that even Beyonce herself is doing it now. So yes, we love EDM, Crystal Waters, LaBouche, my goodness, and the list can go on and on and on and on and on about all of these, different people who have been fixtures rather, excuse me, over the last 30 years. So yeah.
How did you get started doing music? How old were you, and how did you progress to get where you are now?
Well, my story, actually, I sort of feel like it's a rags to riches sort of tale, right? I like to share, these things with people because I like to be somewhat of an open book. I think my life is pretty much available for everybody out there now. But I grew up in the system, which was great and fine. By
the system, what do you mean the system?
The system, DCFS.
Okay.
So I was awarded the state, when I was a child. Sort of a interesting upbringing, but a very privileged upbringing also too. I was able to, meet a lot of, famous celebrities as children. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. I remember going to his camp, as a child. And every year we would put on performances at the campus. So I want you to think of a college-sized campus filled with kids in varying age from 8 all the way up to 18, boys and girls. So think of it like college before college. And every year we would put on performances, Black History performances, Valentine's Day performances, what have you. And all of these different celebrities would come to Maryville Academy to watch us perform. So that's how I got started.
What was the first number you performed that you said, I like this?
Oh, wow. I think I was actually at summer camp. I believe I was about 13 years old, and we sang, I don't want to tell you what song it is.
Oh, please.
It's sort of a guilty pleasure now.
Oh, please.
It was some Britney Spears. It was Britney Spears. We love Britney.
Leave Britney alone.
Oh my God. Poor Britney. We love you, Britney. But that was when I knew that it was something that I wanted to do. And then every year, I consistently got chosen to be lead every year. So that's how I got started. As I progressed, through my 20s, I did a lot of extras work, background work. I had some features roles on Showtime's Work in Progress, season 1. So you guys can actually go back and look at me on season 1 of Work in Progress.
How did you get that gig?
I'm actually very, very good friends with the casting director here by the name of Darlene Lutt. Oh, I can't say her last name. Sorry.
A lot of syllables.
Yeah, sorry, a lot of syllables, and I also don't want her to get bombarded by emails as well.
Right.
But
just give her my name.
But with Darlene, I've worked with Darlene now probably for maybe close to 7 years. Maybe the first project I worked on with her was Divergent, which was way back in like 2007, 2008. So that was a really, really, really fun experience. And that's what started it for me. And then from there, I just sort of segued into what the real love is. I don't really necessarily, I love film, right? We all love film. I love film. But I feel like in that realm, I've accomplished as much as I want to accomplish in that realm. And moving to music, I just felt like it was a natural transition for me. So.
What is your current project? What are you working on?
So right now, I just released my third project, New Jack City 3, which is exclusively available on iTunes, Tidal, and TikTok. Very, very, very happy about that. That is the third in my trilogy. I also released a video game, same title, last year. So that, very, very proud of that. Take a listen to that. And then I also have Tales from the Sixth Dimension, which premieres October 7th.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
I'm very excited about that. So Tales from the Sixth Dimension is sort of a hodgepodge of different things that all of us grew up watching and listening. So X-Files, Outer Limits, Night Gallery,
Twilight Zone.
Absolutely Twilight Zone. So it is a hodgepodge of all of those things, but brought up to a 21st century intersection. So the first episode is actually about mental illness. It's a very, very good episode. Very, very happy to unleash that.
Now, is it a podcast or is it video?
This will be my first radio series. So I actually, a few days ago, I was actually told by Fox News that I am the first African-American to write, produce, direct, and star in his own science fiction radio series.
Boom.
So I am very happy about that. You see how life just works out, Miss Amber? You start doing one thing and don't hope to be great. It just happens, right?
But you are.
Oh, bless your heart, Miss Amber. Bless you.
So what's next after the Tales?
So Tales from the Sixth Dimension, and then the show that I want you to come on, which will be season 2 of the Access Lakeshore Drive show. Both of these shows are radio shows, and they both will premiere on WSBC 1240 here in Chicago, October 14th at 7 p.m. So we would love to have you.
Call me up. Thank you so much. So, now, do you play your music in public? I mean, are you? I hate being ignorant. Are you a DJ? Do you sing to your recording?
So I write, produce all of my own music. Everything that you hear, I have written, composed by myself. They all start out as demos here at home. And then once I have a melody and I've written out the song structure that I like, I'll buzz up my engineer, and I want to say engineer. Engineer is the person who presses record. I am the producer. I love Paul. He is a great man. He was a really, really great man, but he's a mastering engineer. He gives the music the extra oomph, which makes it what it is. So it's a relationship that works in tandem with the producer and the mastering engineer. And
very good. Well, good luck to you. And yes, we're looking forward to that your radio series. And yes, I would love to be a guest.